Corey the Pawn Guy. Corey the Pawn Guy.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another glorious episode of Corey the Pawn Guy. Today we're going to start a new segment that I like to call Corey's Stories, where I tell you about something that has happened to me throughout my career. You know that the pawn industry can be crazy with the types of people that come in and the types of items that come in, so I figured it would be rude not to share some of the stories that I have with you. So today we're going to travel all the way back about 15 years to when I first started in the pawn industry, and it's a doozy. Second day we're open, in walks this nervous looking Asian girl. She was kind of small and says that she's from the nail salon across the street from our store. And she was smaller than that. She was smaller than that too, but it is what it is. She handed me about 6 white gold bracelets that were all stamped 18 karat. I was pumped. We started with like no cash, so this was really gonna help. Even though it was stamped 18 karat, I tested the gold because I didn't want to make a mistake. And we were just starting out, didn't have much money. They weren't magnetic, and when I tested them, I didn't really test them like super thoroughly because I was afraid that if I made a mark on them and she didn't want to sell them, that I was going to end up having to somehow fix these bangles, and that would be money out instead of money in. So I just weighed them up, offered her $1,200. She looked at me with a big smile and said, okay. I played it cool, but inside I was more excited than a fat 5-year-old getting a Happy Meal. I took her ID, I wrote up the sales slip, handed her the cash. Time to celebrate. I celebrated harder than that. Yeah. First thing I did after my celebration, I called my buddy. I just had an awesome buy. I could tell he was excited too. Let's go. What did you buy? Some 18 karat white gold. I handed out $1,200. His excitement was still there, but slightly tempered. Nice. Did you test it? Yeah, they tested okay, not great, but I think we're good. Without knowing anything about the transaction, he says, they're fake. I said, I don't know, man. I think they're good. He repeated himself. They're fake. I can feel it. So I tested them again with him on the phone just so we could like ease up the nervousness a little bit. I scratched the shit out of them this time. I dropped the acid on them and they were fake. Fuck. I instantly felt sick. My great profit turned into a much greater loss. A loss we couldn't afford. But the deal was done. What could we do? After a moment of dead air on the phone, my buddy says, hey man, you know what you gotta do. She's right across the street. You gotta call her and get that money back. I'm thinking this kid is tapped. I know I messed up, but I'm not gonna call. We just need to eat our loss. I'm gonna be real, man. I don't wanna call. That's super awkward. Yeah, I don't really wanna call either. Maybe I'll have my father call. You think your dad would do it? Yeah, I'll call you right back. Now, what you have to understand about his father is that he's somebody that has seen it all, done it all, and put it all up his nose. He didn't care in the least about calling, so he did call. Now, I'm not exactly sure how the conversation went, but I did know he was a smooth talker and could get us out of this. I hung up and sat in silence until I got a call back about 10 minutes later. Hey, it's all set. You can go over there and grab the cash back. Now, in retrospect, I should have asked more questions like, hey, what did he tell her? Or why can't she come back over here? But I was distracted by the fact that I was getting bailed out of this massive mistake. So I stood up, got myself amped, and ready to get that money back. This was my store. She came in here, stole my cash. I told myself she did it on purpose, so she deserved it. Like a power lifter before a heavy lift, I smacked myself on the face a few times. This bitch didn't know what was coming. This was on the outside. Inside, I was scared shitless. But I locked up my shop, walked across the street, bracelets in hand. I got to the front of the salon, took a deep breath, and swung the door open. You know, you gotta show confidence. This poor girl was in the middle of the store, sitting in a chair with her head down, crying, what some may call profusely. Oh my God. What did this dude's father say? There's another woman leaning over, consoling her. I'm not sure if it was her mother or her auntie, but she was focused on the girl. Then there were these other women there that I feel like could each individually fuck me up. It was like I walked into the middle of a nail technician gang meeting. You know how women talk about how at the nail salon the manicurists are talking and they don't know if they, for sure know they're talking about them, but they feel like they're talking shit right in front of their face? Well, there was no mystery here. They was talking some shit. So my inner nervousness and outer confidence turned to inner and outer fear. I'm pretty sure they could smell it. But I was already through the door. I had to finish the mission. I walked up to the crying girl. She didn't even look up. She just took out her envelope full of money, a little wet from her tears. I felt horrible. I handed her back the fake gold, reached into the envelope, and gave her $50 to secure safe passage back across the street. I left the nail salon that day and never saw another Asian customer for the 3 years that I owned the store following that incident. But the store was alive, and I never took fake white gold again. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Corey the Pawn Guy. I hope you had fun watching. We had fun doing it. I want to let you know that this is a true story. It is not loosely based on a true story. I mean, maybe there wasn't a 7-year-old boy dressed as an Asian girl doing a spinning heel kick, but, the rest of the story was real. And I have more true stories, and they're better than this one. So if you enjoyed this one, get ready for the next one. So click subscribe, click the bell. I want you to comment down below because I like interacting with people. So thank you so much. And once again, let's take this thing to the moon. That one might have been a bit of a reach, but thank you.
Please subscribe to my daddy's channel.